Hey, welcome to this episode of Rough Talk MMA, coming at you with a wrap-up of UFC 325, Volkanovski versus Lopes 2, the second Paramount card.
It was a long flight to get back here in time, dude.
Yeah, we were not there in Australia.
No.
Props to the Australian peeps, because you know the time of day wasn't great for them if it was prime time for us.
It's like 9 in the morning or 5 p.m., I think.
And they were amped up, knowing those Aussies probably drinking beers, doing shoeies, all that stuff. But it was a good card. Second Paramount card. Like I said, rematch of Volkanovski versus Lopes. Co-main event was great with Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Then we also had Mauricio Ruffi and Rafael Fiziev. So main card was great, but we're actually going to do it a little different today. We're going to start from the bottom and work from the top. So
work our way up.
Yes. The first handful of fights were road to UFC fights, which was interesting. Sometimes they do a separate road to UFC card. Actually, 99% of the time.
They compiled this one.
Yes, the finals of road to UFC just started the prelims, which they were good fights. And in fact, even one of them, they got scrapped. Aaron Tao versus Namstrai.
Come on, man.
Batabayar.
Scrap. The dude tried to cheat and got caught.
Aaron tried to work the scales a bit, tried to lean his elbows on the towel.
Was my pick, too.
Mm-hmm. And how'd that go? Didn't even get to fight.
No, I feel worse. It's always the other guy I feel worse for.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not your fault your opponent cheated.
Yeah, he was on the scale, leaning his elbow against the towel. The scale kept moving, ended up showing about 122.
The longest weigh-in I've ever seen a guy work a scale to give all benefits of the doubt of, like, my job is to slide the little tink, 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 make it accurate. Looking like, what the fuck? Anybody could do this. Another guy had to come over and touch it. They knew exactly why.
Made him re-weigh in without the towel, and he put on 7 pounds.
Just like that. Went from 4 under to like 3 over.
They scrapped the fight, so I imagine they're going to cut Aaron. I feel bad for his opponent, though. Didn't do anything wrong.
All that training, all that build-up. First fight on the freaking card.
Open the card, yeah.
Granted, the attendance for the prelims is so disappointing.
Yeah.
No matter what country they go in. Like, you pay all that money, wouldn't you go like bone ass early?
See every fight. You
be waiting at the door like this. Hey, dig, 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 dig. What time? When can I get in?
Insane. So that
really good fights though.
Yeah, that opening fight didn't get to happen, but instead the opening was Lawrence Lui versus Sulangrangbo, and we saw Lawrence Lui grab a decision victory, which is exactly how I had it on my picks.
That's what you had predicted.
I had picked Lawrence by decision. What was your pick again?
So, admittingly, I did some spreadsheet work, and without listening to the episode to replace, I had whitewashed a couple of things that I shouldn't have. But I'm pretty sure I had Lou, but I didn't have decision. I had nothing to go on, but I had this person as the definite winner. So I can't take any credit for method. I know you nailed the method, but I don't feel in my heart that I did.
Yep. Well, Lawrence Lui, it was a fun fight to open up the card. And then after that, we went to Keiichiro Nakamura.
You nailed this one.
Versus Sebastian Szalay. I had in my pick Nakamura winning by TKO, and Sebastian came out just absolutely battering him in the first 2 rounds. Looked really impressive with the hands, was really putting it on Nakamura. And I was sitting there at home going, man, here goes my correct streak. You know, it's all over on this one.
Well, it was seemingly destined to until.
On that 3rd round, Nakamura really felt his corner did a good job, you know, amping him up, telling him, like, dude, you got to put it out there. He came out much more aggressive. You started to see Sebastian's hands drop a little bit, get that face of concern. Nakamura started hitting him with some counter punches, hit a fat knee to the chest, made that slap noise, was like, ooh, if he can land another one of those.
That would be your chest caving in noise.
Yeah. If he can land another one of those, and then next thing you know, Sebastian ducks right into a knee coming up the middle. Clean faceplant knockout. Was a good knockout, too.
You came out 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Won my bet money back for the night just off that. So that was a good way to start things. I had some parlay failures later in the card, which I'll get to.
Nakamura, he had a comeback, but was it a lucky comeback? Was it a skill comeback?
I think it was a skill one. It looked like it took him 2 rounds to really wake up. If he fought like that from the opening,
that was a dangerous 2 rounds. If it wouldn't have made it past the first round.
He was getting lit up in the first 2 rounds. Sebastian looked really good. He was mixing up the body work.
What makes most of the handful of start cards have nothing to really go on from visual experience. Yeah, you can do some back research, but it's not like you know these people as well as some other names. So they become some of my favorite fights, to be honest with you. And they're fighting for they want a job. Technically leaving it all in there. But that was a comeback, dude. That was huge.
That was a great opening 2 fights.
Yeah.
I thought that the Lawrence Lui fight was, got a little slowed down at the end, but it was still a fun fight. Nakamura TKO was a fun opening to the card.
And in defense of what became the opening fight, so I mean, you're training, you're planning, you know yourself on the route. Okay, we're fight number 2, no big deal. And then the day before, you become fight number 1. That, regardless of, hey, it doesn't change anything, you're still going to fight. But to me, there's a different pressure of being the first ones out than the second or third, just like being the last. That's also just as important. So hats off to them for they did a good job. Yeah,
for a lot of people were skeptical of the road to UFC fights, but they delivered. This next one is where my pick kind of fell apart. We had Songwook Kim versus Dom Marfan in the lightweight division for the road to UFC finals. Admittingly, going into it, I had Songwook Kim to win by decision. Dom's only losses are to Quillan and Salkilld, who fought later on the card. I thought Kim was going to be able to take him down and get the choke finish, which it looked like he might do in the first round. He got him down. He almost got the back. However, Dom Marfan's pace was just too much. He took over that fight and got a clear unanimous decision win.
Oh, that's right. Your pick was Sangwook.
Yep, by submission.
I believe I had decision for Frogman. So I'm tanking at the gate. The only one I got right was Nakamura for the prelims versus last week where I crushed the prelims and then missed, I think, 2 of the main. So let's see what else.
And Dom Marfan looked really good in this fight as well, too. I thought Kim was going to be able to take him down, and Dom's pressure in the clinch and landed a lot of really good knees up the middle, a lot of good clinch work. It was a great performance from Dom Marfan.
As an overall, I think I saw more knees in the card than a normal. Even the main event had quite a few, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it was a very knee-happy event.
Yeah, no, that was a good performance from Dom Marfan to close out the road to UFC fights.
They were good fights. I like it. They weren't intrusive, right? They have early prelims anyways. Same attendance.
These guys are fighting for a spot in the UFC as well.
100%.
You're going to see some scraps. Guys are really going to leave it on the line.
And in theory, statistically, one of these people are going to rise to the top in their divisions. It happens. So you could be looking at the next potential superstars.
Yes, who's going to be the Forrest Griffin of Road to UFC?
Oh, I miss Forrest.
The next fight, controversial one as well, too. We had Kaan Ofli versus Yizha in the featherweight division. My pick was Kaan to win by submission.
I had Kaan by decision.
Fortunately for you, Kaan did win by decision in a very close fight that a lot of people thought that Yizha won that decision. He lit Kaan up good on the feet, dropped him a couple times.
Because I'm not upset. I'm not the judge. No, close fights are hard. I mean, what's the solution other than computers?
Yeah, I had Kaan winning in my pick. I had him winning by submission, but even if I just get the winner correct, I'm happy. So I wasn't upset there, but in terms of who won that fight, it really looked like Yizha won it. He dropped him many times. His striking looked great. Even hit some takedowns at the end in the third round. Big takedowns too.
Maybe just another example. It takes a few to wake up.
Every time Kaan started to get every time Kaan started to unload on him, Yizha fired back even harder. Yeah, I don't know. That was a questionable decision to say the least. I thought Yizha won that.
There's usually one in every card.
Yeah, the judges, man.
Or as a fan, you're convinced it went this way, but no, it might not have.
Yeah, great performance from both guys. I think Yizha's stock rose a lot there, even in defeat, just because so many people thought he won. But the actual winner, technically on the books, Kaan Ofli won by decision. Going into the next one, we had Jacob Malkoun versus Torrez Finney. Dude, Torrez is a big man. I think I had Malkoun winning by decision in my pick, and you had Torrez Finney winning by KO, which is understandable. Almost all of his finishes are KOs. He's got 7 KO wins, 2 decisions, 2 subs. Him by finish is a safe pick to make. Unfortunately for him, he tore his ACL in like the first minute of the fight.
That's not it's not going to help.
No. And Jacob's good. Jacob came out there, really pumped the jab, got some takedowns. This was a one-sided beatdown in the end.
Someone injures themselves. I mean, the righteous thing to do is just that's it. But some people aren't wired that way. Fighters, boxers, they'll fight with a broken hand. Wrestlers, they'll fight with torn muscles, quads, bones. You're just wired different. It's got to be the adrenaline. Like you're not really
to go 3 rounds with a torn ACL is impressive, but he got outclassed. Jacob's jab looks so good.
There should be a rematch for that though.
His takedowns look good. It didn't even look like he wanted to finish in that fight. He was just. There's a couple times he went for a choke, and I'm like, dude, Torres's neck is so thick, you're not getting
like
a choke on
a
him.
Tree.
So that fight, I had Jacob winning by decision. You had Torrez Finney winning by KO. In the end, the winner was Jacob Malkoun by decision. And I do feel like I'm really hogging the mic. You want to take the next couple fights?
Well, we're going to go backwards because we skipped one. We skipped over the Welsh gangster, Oban Elliott, versus the captain, Jonathan.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
Micallef.
about that one because I got it wrong. So,
did you really? You had Oban by TKO. Was your thought process on that one?
Things were looking good at first, too.
Things might look great, and I had Oban by decision. Oh. And we both sucked on this one really bad. And I think, honestly, on paper, we both made the possible correct choice.
I thought Oban was winning the fight great.
Until he wasn't. But in fact, the captain ended up taking this one. I can't remember the method of
He took it by rear naked choke. He choked
submission.
Yep, he choked Oban out with a tight rear naked choke.
Oh, man. So, no, I wouldn't even had the method right. Yeah, no. On paper, I thought we were both possibilities. We took same fighter, different method, which we always grace ourselves the ability to say method's not as important as the fighter. But yeah, I mean, dude, it just goes to, we'll get to it later in another fight, but it proves with fighting, you just don't know. You really don't.
Yeah, I thought Oban was lighting him up good. He made one strategic error. Jonathan took the back, pulled him down, got that choke in. Oban fought it as long as he could, and then he went nighty-night. Rear naked choke win for Jonathan, whose stock definitely rose in that. I mean, he showed a chin. He rocked Oban.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is just because you lose doesn't mean you, quote unquote, lost. Because like you said, a lot of times your stock might go up because of the battle you put on when people might have ruled you out, too.
Yeah, but
we didn't, but
I wasn't too big on Jonathan before this fight, but like I said, he impressed me. Landed some big counter shots, rocked Oban, took the back, got the choke. His face ate some shots too, but it was an impressive performance.
When that happens, though, you always got to say they're eating no shots from the best. What's the difference? Sometimes it's pretty substantial.
You want to take the next one as well too, since I kind of hogged the front?
No, it's good.
So next fight was Cam Rowston versus Cody Brundage. My pick on this was Cam by TKO. You also had a TKO, but your pick was to be Cody Brundage by TKO.
That's called salt. Yes.
And he opened up the fight looking really good, Cody. He was actually, I was getting worried as somebody that had Cam by TKO to win. Cody was really lighting him up. His probably the best striking we've seen from Cody, but unfortunately the pressure from Cam He started to find his range and eventually got the TKO. He got on top and just rained down punches until it was over. I love Cam's nickname, the Battle Giraffe. I think that's a freaking awesome name for a super.
It's one of the most original. Some of them are cringe. Let's be honest. You're like, dude, you don't deserve it. Like people coming out of the gate with these. No, you're not. But the Battle Giraffe.
I've never heard it before. And his striking looked good. He left his chin up in the air a little bit. Where I'm like, oh man, somebody with more power than Cody might have been able to really rock him. Cam ate a lot of shots every time he went to go come in the beginning. Cody was lighting him up, but eventually just that pressure kept firing off counter straights, got on top, got the ground and pound finish for Cam to win by TKO. That was a good fight though.
This was one of the ones where I think on paper it really could have gone anyway, statistically. But what are you going to say? Both fighters came to fight. Yeah,
Cam's got really good jiu-jitsu. He has a lot of TKO finishes, KO finishes in his career, especially as of recent, that I think a lot of people forget. Like Cam is really slick on the ground, and the second it got on top, he was throwing in the hooks perfectly. Was really raining down some good shots. It was a really good performance.
The worst part is I love a good. Oh no, I didn't see that knockout coming. But when you see someone.
They gave him all the time in the world to get out of that position.
Yeah.
You knew it was getting stopped.
Like I say, it hurts to see because it's like you can't, it's ending. It's going to end. The big oh-no's come. All right. But next we had the juggernaut, Junior Tafa versus son of Susie, Billy Elekana.
Son of Susie is an interesting nickname to say.
I always think Susie and the Banshees. I had Tafa by KO. Mistake number 1. You had Billy by decision. You had such a good night.
Yeah, but I messed up my parlays where it mattered the most.
Billy won by submission.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Fortunately for me, that was another parlay killer when I'm betting winner and method. Just straight winner, I did pretty good, except for save a couple of them. But yeah, I thought Junior was going to be able to fight off the submission threat from Billy at least. Didn't think Junior was going to get knocked out, but in the end, yeah, Billy by rear naked choke.
Even in my notes, I had it that Tafa's it's either going to be quick or nothing. So I went with the obvious knockout. Of course, I think I'd be crazy not to.
And he hit Billy a couple times clean too.
Billy got a chin though.
Yeah.
So. That's the other sad thing when you come out and you pop someone and you felt it in your hand, dude. It's solid, and the dude doesn't move. That's not a good thing.
Tafa's a fun fighter on the feet. He was doing a good job mixing up the shots to the head and the body, but
the record's really
6-5 now,
scrapped.
He's got to be cut.
That's a foot out the door.
Yeah, he'll be good.
And I say that it's sad, but
he was fighting for a career on this one.
Yep.
There was more on the line than just one fight.
Son of Susie was like, nah, it's not tonight.
I got to know the origins of that nickname.
Son of Susie?
I mean, where does that come from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
His mom's name, Susie.
Maybe. Susie.
The obvious. The most obvious.
But yeah, that was a good performance from Billy. He ate Justin's biggest shot. He fired some back, eventually got on top and got the finish.
Over.
Yeah. In hindsight, it kind of makes sense. As soon as it happened, I went, man.
Well, all Tafa has is I'm either going to knock you out or I'm going to lose. So I went all in on, well, he's going to very quickly or he's probably going to lose.
Yeah. It was a fun fight, though. The next one, I thought we were going to see an upset on our hands based off of the way the first minute was going, but we have Quillan Salkilld versus Jamie Mullarkey, which Jamie Mullarkey was one of Volkanovski's last wins before he got to the UFC. Fun little fact there. Volkanovski knocked him out. And I thought we were going to see much of the same last night with Quillan versus him. I thought Quillan was going to win by TKO. You also had Quillan winning, but you had him by decision. So we both nailed the victor here because in the end, Quillan got the submission win.
That was a super entertaining fight.
He was struggling a bit on the feet with Jamie. Jamie was overperforming, in my opinion. The live odds went from Quillan being a minus, I think, 1,500 favorite to before Quillan got the takedown, it was almost even on the betting odds.
Well,
People just started throwing money at Jamie quick, clearly, because he was coming out, he was tagging Quillan. Quillan wasn't really able to touch him too much on the feet, but as soon as it went to the ground, he got the finish very, very fast. Something I think we might see affect Quillan later in his career is he was very vocal that he had no game plan for the fight. He's like, I'm just go out and we fight.
just gonna fight.
Yeah, which
I mean, that might not be the worst game plan sometimes.
yeah, I mean, it's working for him at this stage. I think when you start to get to the top of the divisions, especially in a loaded division like he's in,
11-1 now.
yeah.
But,
I think we will need to see some tightening up of game plan with him because Jamie was tagging him on the feet, and that might have been partially because didn't really have a game plan, was just going out there to fight, right? So great performance from Quillan. Hopefully we see him start to take more of a strategic approach, per opponent. Otherwise, I think we're eventually going to see a little bit of a hype crash.
If you can come out with really no game plan,
somebody's going to exploit that, though.
Well, I'm sure that's going to change now.
Yeah, no, I hope so. You shouldn't be vocal about that.
I was going to say,
I don't have a game plan.
I'll just go out and fight.
Yeah, but Jamie,
Scrap.
He came out, he performed good, and then eventually Quillan was just too much for him and got that submission finish. Good fight, though.
Now let's talk about the fight of the night. We have Bam Bam Tia Tuivasa. I butcher names, by the way.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa.
We will not pronounce that Brazilian fancy word. Tallison Teixeira, minus his nickname. This was the heavyweight fight. This is one that on paper, oh my God, he's going to come out, meaning Teixeira. I had Teixeira by knockout. You had Tai by TKO.
Yeah, that was my hopeful pick of the night.
This is a fighter, meaning Teixeira, whose UFC career, fights don't make it past 40 seconds.
Yeah, a minute into the fight, they go, this is his longest fight of his UFC
career. Holy shit, it went the distance. And Teixeira won by decision, but honestly, a rabbit could have gotten in that ring at the end of that last round and beaten the shit out of both of them.
They were both so tired.
I get it. 6'7" is a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm. And Tai cuts weight to heavyweight.
Yeah, Tai is no
slim picking. No slim
small
fella.
fry.
No.
Carries the weight well. And really, honestly, had a very, very strong chance.
In the third round, I agree with the commentators, and they were going crazy because first two rounds, Teixeira just took him down. Honestly, looked like in the first round and the second round, if he really unloaded with ground and pound,
he probably could have won it.
I think he was
holding on.
I think he was scared to tire himself out. I think he felt the cardio going.
Tai just held on like a motherfucker.
Yeah, just held on and let that clock go out.
Other refs probably would have stood that up.
There was even one time in the second round where Tai stuffed a takedown, and he was stuffing it good. Didn't do a technical.
No, that's the one when he didn't sprawl.
Yeah, and then instead of sprawling out or separating, he just started ripping the body and then got taken down again. So it was a frustrating performance there.
Looked like Teixeira was going for an oil check at one spot too. Did you see that?
Yeah, see Tai's pants start to come down a bit too during one of the takedowns. But yeah, Teixeira just took him down, got him out, and held for the first two rounds. And then that third round, they were both so tired.
He exposed his cardio is not there.
Teixeira kept shooting takedowns, was getting stuffed, and Tai was lighting him up on the feet. But every time he would land one or two punches, right to the double underhooks in the clinch.
A lot of holding. A lot of loving.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, dude, if he just unloads, I think he could have gotten the finish on Teixeira. I just don't think he had the cardio to unload.
There was nothing there.
There's even at the very end, he went for a takedown on Teixeira and ended up just falling over against the cage.
I'm ready for a nap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some big boys, dude. It's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
But the cardio was exposed. There was a lot to be shown with this. There was a lot of exposure on this. Tai's 15-8. Well, now 15-9. And Teixeira comes in with an 8-1 record. Now 9-1. But as a fighter,
I think his stock actually went down in
victory. He's got no cardio.
His stock went down in victory.
Heavyweight's not easy. But no, I agree. I don't feel like his stock went up. I was amazingly disappointed. It's not like it's an altitude thing. Like, there's no air. It's fucking Australia. It's beautiful.
And as somebody that had Tai by TK, it was frustrating seeing it look like he could get the finish.
And just That
just
is
kept
one,
clinching, just kept clinching.
That is a tough. I hope they don't cut him, but that is a tough dude.
Mm-hmm.
That really is.
He hasn't won a fight at this point, unfortunately, in about 4 years. He was out for some time, but yeah, he's a fan favorite. People love him. You heard the Australian crowd go crazy for him every time he had him. Of course, they're in home country and stuff, but
yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, he was good. But he did expose. He was able to expose what nobody had this fight going to decision, did they?
There was even one point in the third round, the commentators, and I agree, they were like a strong win could end it at this point.
So I'm saying a rabbit get in the ring and just pow. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, it was very frustrating to watch on Ty's end.
I would put that as the most disappointing fight of the night.
Oh, it was sloppy. That's like not a fight that you hope that it's your first time watching the sport with someone, trying to sell them on it, and then that's
no. He's got 6 foot. How marketable is a 6'7" monster?
Teixeira's lean too.
Who's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, who's grown up since he was a child doing Jiu-Jitsu tournaments.
Looked really good.
You're going to tell me couldn't like get a wrist lock out because the guy's just laying on it? He didn't want it out. Dude, I'm convinced when they were up against the fence, they were like 30 seconds. Like, because nobody was throwing shit.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Just like, we're fair, we're cool. Them dudes were exhausted.
Yeah, Teixeira did no threat of arm triangles, really. He half-heartedly went for them. Wasn't trying to work any straight arm locks.
And I'm more critical of Teixeira because he's the one who's
holding on the bottom. And on that third round, clinching every time he tagged him.
Tia came out to knock his head off, though.
Yeah.
That was entertaining. 6'7", you know how hard it is to upswing a dude that big?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Heavyweight division's good.
I was picking Ty, and again, it looked like it could happen, and then...
when you made this pick originally to pick Ty, was it more of a heart pick?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Teixeira's 8-1. Only lost to Derek Lewis. I thought he was going to fight smarter than he did in that one.
Derek Lewis is my test pig.
Yeah,
for everything.
Frustrating one there, just because it seemed winnable. The next one, this was one of my parlay killers as well too. I got the winner right, but I didn't get the method right. We had Mauricio Ruffy versus Rafael Fiziev. I had Mauricio winning by decision. You had Mauricio winning by KO. And this was a very good pick from you because, indeed, Mauricio Ruffy did come out and get the TKO finish. And, Fiziev came out really good. He was chopping up those legs.
It was a good fight.
It was a good scrap.
This was a good fight.
Ruffy started the first half of the round really just getting kicked a bunch.
I had concern after round one.
Mm-hmm.
Not even about my pick, but I'm like, hey, is he gonna make it?
Yeah, he landed some shots at the end of the first, but I don't know if it was enough to take the round. I've heard a lot of people use the term sniper for him because he was very patient. They're like, everyone was like, oh, Ruffy's a sniper. In that second round, he came out and rocked Fiziev silly. And Fiziev did a good job, trying to stay alive. He was doing some head movement on the ground from the sprawl position, but it looked done for about 30 seconds
once
before
you
it
get
was
stunned
done.
like that, it's...
And Mauricio's a killer. He had him rocked, and he hunted him down for that finish. It was a monstrous shot he hit him with. The chin on Fiziev did not get put out completely from that as well, too.
I'd argue a chin on a lot of these fighters last night.
Mm-hmm. Saved their ass.
Yeah, I was really impressed with some of the shots that I think other fighters, there's some solid hits. It was still standing.
It was goofy though. I was like, damn it, Mauricio, you just had to get the finish.
Had to get the KO.
Yeah. I had a $5 parlay that would have won me $1,600 if he just went to decision. Just had to not get the finish. Just pepper him up a bit those last rounds. Do me a favor,
I'll admit I had a parlay and I did have him as knockout.
Yeah, your parlay was killed by what? The Teixeira fight, you said?
Right before it. Crushed everyone but that one.
Yeah, that's how I was with the Ruffy one.
This to me was the freebie. Like if they were giving away freebies, that would be it. Be like, yeah, that's my freebie.
Fiziev's got a good chin on him. I really thought he could take the onslaught from Ruffy, but solid performance from Mauricio Ruffy, getting the TKO finish against one of the best strikers in the division with Rafael Fiziev.
Our next fight, I argue, I think the main event to me in my head was probably the fight of the night, but off main event, this one to me was the fight of the night. And that is the Hangman Dan Hooker versus the God of War, Benoit Saint-Denis. You had Benoit by TKO. I had Benoit by submission. And in fact, we were both correct with the fighter. And you got it correct with the TKO because, in fact, that's what happened. But how freaking active.
It came close a couple times.
Back and forthy.
There was a couple times I thought Benoit was going to get the arm triangle. Hooker did a great job creating just enough space by turning away for some blood flow to get to his brain.
He defended that amazingly well.
Yeah, because there was a couple times it looked really tight. He got just enough space for the blood to get flowing, and
even the commentator's like, he's breathing.
Yeah, which breathing doesn't matter. And
you can see the chest move, the heart's still pumping. He's not dead, but
well, you can breathe and still get choked out. But I know what they meant. Like the blood flow is able to make it to the brain.
Yeah, he came real close.
And Hooker was doing great in the opening
for the miles Hooker has on him. It was an amazing fight. Holding his own.
He was doing a really good job in the opening, really lighting up Benoit's body.
Looked great.
Was throwing up guillotines every time Benoit threatened with the takedown.
Smart.
Yeah, it got Benoit out of there. He had to spin out of it. But then it looked like there was a point about halfway through the first where Benoit was like, I am going to get my ass kicked at range, and just maybe not the most technical, but just chased him down and got that takedown.
It worked.
Then in the second round, repeated what he did for the rest of the first. And yeah, that was a really good performance. Brutal TKO finish too.
I thought it was a great fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to undercut Dan at all because he's an amazing fighter, but I didn't think he was going to do as well as he did, even though he lost.
He had me worried in the first half of the first round. I was like, he is lighting up Benoit with these body kicks.
Great freaking shape.
And you know how those body kicks go. It's like they just add up. Every time it lands, it's just a little bit worse. So I was like, oh, man, are we going to see a body kick finish? But Benoit did a great job adjusting and came back for that finish.
Can't remember the last good body kick finish I've seen.
There's something satisfying about body shots. Just seeing the guy go down to the
fight
knees.
with your foot. Pow.
Yep.
I'm done.
Hard to come back from, too, once somebody's hurt to the body. Even if it doesn't finish the fight.
Breathe.
Yeah, it's a liver kick like that. It's tough. But no, Dan looked great in the fight until, well, he didn't. Benoit got on top.
Like you said, the round ended and it just became more of the same until it was over.
Yeah, it was a great performance. And then the main event of the evening, we had Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes 2. My pick to win was Volk by decision. You had Volk by KO and TKO, and damn if he didn't try to get that finish. He hit Diego with some shots. And in the end, we had as the actual method of victory, Volkanovski won by decision. Pretty close repeat of their first fight. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see a drastic improvement in Diego. That would mean we'll see a third.
No.
That's it, bro.
Yeah. There's some top featherweights as well that deserve the
I will say, though, Volkanovski's got some of the best lightning jabs I've ever seen.
His footwork is amazing, too. But yeah, that jab was...
Dude, you could level a shelf with how accurate and fast. I mean...
For how long Diego Lopes is, and Volkanovski is the one...
Just a short little guy.
Dominating the jab. Unbelievable performance.
Lightning. Some of them I couldn't even see, and some of them pow. Like... how good is Diego's chin?
Still an underutilized. Oh my God, because Volkanovski hit him with some big overhand rights as he was stepping in.
Yeah, stepped into one and just.
I think the most you saw was he didn't even really buckle, just stopped in his tracks, and he did drop Volk to his knee at one point with a little counter short right as Volk was stepping in hard.
Allegedly.
It was funny in the corner. No, he hit him. It was funny in the corner though. Volk was like, "Did I get knocked down?" This corner's like, "Nah, he slipped," and all I could think is Volk's head's probably like, I don't know, man.
My head doesn't usually feel like this on a slip.
If Volk is asking, that means...
Oh, you saw him kept looking at the screen, though, because he wanted to see the replay himself. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, he probably didn't believe his corner there. Like, I thought it was a slip live when it happened.
Yeah.
And then in the replay, you You saw that.
I chalked it as a 50-50. He got hit while in motion and just slipped because to get up that fast is like, even if it was a legit, like, dude, you did shit because I just got up faster than I fell down.
And he didn't go to his back. He just dropped to his knee for a second. That was definitely Diego's best moment. Honestly, Diego looked good on the ground too. In the 5th round, earlier in the fight, Volk dropped for a takedown and Diego ended up, using it to stay on top and almost took the back. And then later in the fight, he did get the back as well too. In the 5th round, threatened submissions. I feel like
Volk's wrestling's too good, dude.
I know. I feel like Diego really should have tried to force that aspect more though. Versus just standing on the outside getting picked apart was not in his favor.
I was concerned that Volk might get caught because it was like submission after Diego knew
he's a good grappler.
And he knew that this was all or nothing, dude. But he didn't seem too concerned. He was smiling at the crowd, fucking yeah.
Well, we've seen Volk in some tight submissions before, like against Brian Ortega. Yeah, I don't know.
He's an amazing athlete, and I hate to like rank on size, but let's be honest, he's not a tall human being.
No, it was very impressive.
But packing like the power of 2 or 3.
Former rugby player.
Yeah, that's not even funny.
So good stuff from Volkanovski there. Overall, a fun card. The second Paramount card.
I think it was a great card.
I think Paramount's getting their rhythm. And later this week, about halfway through the week, we'll be dropping another episode.
There's more fights.
Yes. Breaking down next week's Fight Night card with the main event of Mario Batista versus Vinicius Oliveira. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, all that fun stuff. And we'll check you out. Actually, before I force the show closed, anything else you want to say on the card? Are you good too?
No, I'm happy with what Paramount's doing. I'm liking a relationship. I'll deal with the nuances of them figuring out their ad play. And I get it because
it was a little bit better than the first card too.
Dude, one of the ads, I swear to God, I could tell that it was just somebody being like, put the Bruce Buffer commercial on. And it just was not the right time for it, but they're going to figure out that.
Yeah, so it's a long deal. Billions of dollars of a deal, so they'll figure it out.
Here's a thought. Run all the ads after the fights, in between the fights when people are getting up anyways.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. You don't need to do them in between round ads of like, main event, co-main event.
I don't mind split screens.
Yeah, but I want to see the corner action.
Correct. Show me the corner cam. And run the half screen ad. You could do that every round. Nobody would care.
Yeah, as long as I think that they'll figure it out though. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the show. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and stay tuned for our picks for next week's Fight Night card. Ciao, ciao.